efforts. About a month or two ago, when we started to prepare for tonight, we were taken aback a bit by how few people took out papers to run for office, how few contested races there are. In fact, in Wenham, there are no contested races this year. Now, this is not something unique to our community. It seems to be a national trend, if you will. People are not running for office. Why aren't people running for office? One of the reasons may be that people just don't know what is involved. What are your responsibilities as a selectman? What are my duties as a member of the school committee? How many hours a week will I need to devote to the planning board? What does the cemetery commission even do? Well, the League is going to try to answer all of these questions and more, and hopefully while doing so, encourage people to run for public office. So please keep an eye out for the Run for Public Office program, where we will be interviewing past and present elected town officials about what it takes to throw your hat in the ring for and to hold public office. We expect these interviews to air on the local cable this coming fall. We have a lot on the agenda this evening, so let's get started. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Model UN students who are here this evening assisting us. We have Bobby, Erin, Elise, Grace, Michaela, Alec, and I think maybe Grace, another Grace. I would also like to thank Bill Melville from HWCAM for broadcasting this event live tonight. And tonight's events will be replayed on our local cable channel for the next 2 weeks or so. Before we move to meet the candidates, we would like to remind you to participate in the following upcoming events. Monday night, April 6th, is Wenham's warrant hearing. The annual town meeting for both Hamilton and Wenham is Saturday, April 11th. Both towns' annual town election will take place on Thursday, April 16th, and polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., so please come out and cast your vote. Our moderator this evening is the Hamilton Wenham League's president, Corinne Kale. Corinne has been a resident of Hamilton and a member of the League of Women Voters for over 20 years. For nearly 30 years, Corinne has held senior positions in Mass state government, both at the legislature and at various human service agencies. Since 2008, Corinne has been active in town government, starting when she served on the Hamilton Government Study Committee and the subsequent Town Manager Hiring Committee. In November 2014, Corinne received the Community House of Hamilton Wenham Volunteer of the Year Award for her constant attention to zeroing in on ways to support and improve government, both through the League and on her own. Corinne was instrumental in the town of Hamilton adopting the local option meals tax in 2010, which has brought in nearly $300,000 to date. And in early 2014, Corinne not only identified a state funding opportunity, but wrote the grant application to bring a consultant to assess whether a nonprofit organization might be a way to bring professional management to the Patton homestead. Hamilton received the grant, and the work is ongoing. It is my pleasure to introduce Corinne Kale.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for coming this evening. Before we can go on, it's critical that we do thank Jessica for all her work in organizing this evening's candidates night, and she's been doing it for several years now. No 2 years are exactly the same, and Jess puts in lots of time and lots of emails into organizing all the detail, communicating with the candidates, gathering the questions from our members, sorting through them, paying attention to every detail. We wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for Jess, so please, a round of applause. So again, good evening and thank you for being here tonight. This is my 4th time serving as moderator, and I'm honored to be doing so. The League is once again pleased to provide this annual opportunity to hear from our friends and neighbors, longtime residents and newcomers, current elected officials, and first-time candidates who are interested and willing to dedicate their time to serve our communities. And speaking of public service, I don't know about you, but over the last few days, I found myself totally absorbed in the dedication of the Edward M. Kennedy Institute for the United States Senate. an interactive museum devoted to civic education. All reports, whether printed, on the news, or on Sunday's Face the Nation, spoke about Senator Kennedy's powerful ability to forge compromise. His skill as a negotiator and his approach to finding nuggets